the Diverse Asset Managers Initiative is dedicated to something parallel to what Mr. Gerstner and Mr. Barton are doing, which I commend them. It's just terrific. We are focused on the lack of utilization for women and people of color in asset management, which obviously ties into what you're talking about. Board members tend to decide who the asset managers are going to be. And I'll say, thank you, Mr. Gerstner. I think you're doing a terrific thing, and it's a first step. It sounds like the stars of this show are your children, Lincoln and Josie, and if they're ever interested in an internship with the Raben Group, please give me a call. It sounds like they've got the vision for our future.
We appreciate.
I'll say.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask. What you're doing is terrific. I'll say at the risk of being the skunk at the party, sort of where you've been. I appreciate that George Floyd really has caused a reawakening of these conversations. But, we had Emmett Till in 1955. We've had a lot of years to accept the fact that people of color in positions of authority means strong performance. And I think what you're seeing, and I'm very, very pleased to see it at increasingly elite levels, is a shift from we need to have people of color on the board, in C-suites, in asset management to avoid criticism, to one in which, hey, there's a lot of talent out there. Maybe we're missing out on performance and returns by not having enough Latinos and African Americans and women in our decision making. And if that's what we're seeing today, I think that's just terrific.
Lastly, you wrote an article that I saw in Fortune that said in part, and we, obviously speaking to a Wall Street audience, primarily, Robert, the investment industry claims to support diversity, but the numbers don't add up. I'm sure your hope is with this initiative and others that those numbers do, in fact, change.
Yeah, and what we're going to see, clearly I want the numbers to change. I don't think we actually have a supply problem in the United States with people of color at this point. I think we have a demand problem. Too many institutions feel that it's risky to bring in people of color. They're not persuaded that people of color are talented and will bring you the returns and the decision-making that you deserve. What I'm going to encourage Mr. Gerstner and others to do is not just a pledge, but I want you to support. I want every corporation, pension plan, foundation, endowment, put out your numbers. Put out the percentage of assets or the sort of the demographics of who you're working with by gender and race. I think it's very important. It will provide transparency and accountability for those who are watching. We'll be able to see progress over time. And then the most important thing is execution. The pledge is terrific. Is something going to happen if one of your invested in companies doesn't have people of color? Are you going to drop them? The day that you drop an investment because it's not diverse will be a signal and important day in the work that I do.